My name's Katharine Morling, and I'm an artist working predominantly in porcelain. I make sculptural porcelain pieces. In 2003, I graduated from Falmouth College of Arts and moved to London and set up here at Cockpit Arts, where I've been now for 8 years. I was very lucky that I got a lot of interest from my work at my degree show, and also I did the New Designers show, which I got a lot of commissions from as well. So I moved into Cockpit knowing that I had enough money to pay my rent for a few months, but I was also lucky that I had a very small home rent. So the combination of knowing that I had the money to pay for the studio and a small home rent made me feel confident that I could set up and not get a job, which was quite important for me at the time, to just start and concentrate all my time on the work. When I first moved into Cockpit, I decided that I wanted to be with an art gallery. So I just got the guide, which has all the galleries in it. And I wrote to every single one in that, well, about 100 of them. I didn't look them up. I didn't know who they were, whether they're appropriate or anything. Now I find it really embarrassing that I did this, and I was really upset that I basically got 99 no's and I got one yes from a very inappropriate gallery. Now I know that it's really important to research things, so now I would go to a gallery, I would look around, I would look at the history of the shows they've had, whether I fit into what they're doing, whether it's appropriate. After a year of being at Cockpit, I applied for the Crafts Council Development Award and got this, which was brilliant. So they gave me funding for equipment and they gave us an education programme. I think there was about 10, 15 of us that got it. So funding and grants, awards has been quite a big part of my business. And at the beginning I thought that it was extra to my business. I thought that the time I spent applying for funding was separate, and I tried to do it quickly. Also, I thought that marketing was separate as well. So if I went to a private view or a meeting, I felt like that was outside of my business. And I think now I realise that it's actually a very important part of my business, and those things, if nobody knows about you, or they don't know that you need some money, or they don't know that you want to have a big show, then they're not going to give it to you. So you have to ask, and you have to show people that you're around. So it is important. And now I spend about 1 day a week doing applications for either funding, shows, awards, or just I just have a sit down and think about what I would really like to do next year or the year after. What would be my dream show or my dream piece of equipment, or what I really want. And then I make a plan of how I'm going to go about getting that. And sometimes I'll succeed and sometimes I won't. But the more focused I am about what I want, and the clearer I am about why I want it and how I want to go about it, the more likely I am to receive the funding. My income comes from various different pots. So I have Long and Rail Gallery, who do shows, about 6 shows a year. I'll go to their art fairs mainly, and so I'll get income from them. I have the Balmain Gallery. I get a monthly amount of money from the Balmain Gallery because they commission a large piece. They have done now for 4 years, commission a large piece over a 2-year period. So that's almost like a wage from them. I teach in community projects. So I've just done a teaching project at the Royal London Hospital, which ended up with me making a large-scale piece of work for their new hospital. And I do private lessons in the studio. I sell very small pieces of work in a series of 100. So then they go to lots of different shows, and I reproduce those. Well, they're all made by hand, but they're in a similar vein. So, and now I'm developing an online shop. I won the Greer Business Development Award to develop my website and my online shop. So it's about 5 or 6 different areas that all pull in to pay myself, the people that are working for me, for the studio, the overheads, and all the everything that goes up every year. So my 3 tips are, number 1, apply to something every single week. That's not a separate thing every week, but put time to it. So one application, an Arts Council application might take you 10 weeks, but put an hour or 2 or 3 every week. So sit down and make it your focus point of that day. Number 2 is staying power. It can be really difficult when you first start. You don't have any money, you don't make any sales, people turn you down for everything. Just keep going. If you believe in what you're doing and you love it, just keep going, and talk to your friends and family. And if you find the ones that believe in you and encourage you, those are the ones that you want to talk to. Just tell them about it and they'll say, you're great, keep going. Number 3, be nice to yourself. It's so important. You can be in your studio, you can give yourself a hard time, you can make yourself work 12 hours, 14 hours days, but it's no good unless you're nice to yourself, because you can make yourself miserable and your work will suffer. So it's really important to work hard and do really well, but also give yourself breaks, have a lunch break, have lunch break with girlfriends every day, go out in the evening occasionally, and don't make yourself a slave to your work. Just enjoy it. That's it.